But I think at the end of the day, women just want competence. They just want to know a dude is competent. That's it. Hey, you're charming, cool. You're good looking, cool. But can you take care of yourself? Like when a dude does, it doesn't matter what a dude does. I've seen girls mark out for a Wall Street dude. I've seen girls mark out for a guy who was really good at making wooden bird sculptures. You know, like a guy who's just good with crafts. You know, because when a man has dedicated himself to some kind of skill, no matter what it is, he's put some time in. You know, he's not like the rest of these dudes who's just like, walking around. He's put some time and learned something. So if he's learning this skill, he can learn a whole lot more. Just competence. Man, I'm going to tell you, all right, some real shit about competency, man. I recently learned how to make quesadillas, bro. Recently learned how to make quesadillas. Let me tell you, when I cook, my girlfriend notices, bro. She notices. And she likes it. Let's just put it that way. She likes it. All right. Guess what? I was competent and I fed the house, bro. I'll prove it to you right now, man. I'll prove it to you right now, right? I'm going to tell you how I make quesadillas, bro. All right. Here's what I do. I go to the store and I get me 2 packages of meat because I want to make sure it's something extra for the next day. That's how I handle it. I know the amount of meat I need. What's it going to take to get the job done. And I specifically want 90% lean because it helps with the draining of the grease. You don't want greasy meat with your quesadilla. No. Because what you're going to do is you're going to take that meat you just cooked, put it back in the pot, 1/4 cup of water, some Ortega taco seasoning. And you're going to let that simmer for another 6, maybe never 7, 8, depending on how high you get the flame. And I do like my flames pretty damn hot. But then you want to make sure that the meat gets really cooked, you know? It gets really taken care of, well seasoned, not a dry spot amongst the meat. All flavored up. Then you're going to take that meat and you're going to put it on a nice round tortilla. Spread it out, bro. Spread it out. Don't just be dumping it on there. No. Take the time. Really expand the circumference. You know what I mean? Let them know that you know how to make the most of what you got. If you put too much meat in your quesadilla, to me, you're overcompensating. But a real man knows the right amount of meat. Then you're going to take that tortilla, lay it on the grill. I have a George Foreman grill. So my shit gets cooked quick. Then you're going to sprinkle just a bit of cheese. And you want just enough cheese. You don't want to make it too cheesy now. Depends on the preference. But you want it cheesy enough that it's something to pull apart. That's what you want to do. And then take some of that hot Ortega sauce. Little drips all over. All over. And then you're going to put the other tortilla on it. And then the grill's going to go down. And now it's cooking. And it's merging. It's becoming one item of food now. Because in life and in love, it's all about the layers becoming one. Right there, bro, I got the ladies hot. Because not only did I demonstrate value in that I can cook, I made it matter on an intellectual and emotional level, bro. Competence. But then people ask, what do men want? And honestly, speaking as a man, what we want is silence. That's what all men want. Silence. It's why if you catch a dude, right? Sometimes we just stare out into space. We just stare out into space. And people are always concerned when you stare out into space. You're not really there. You're just floating around. Women always ask, what's wrong? Is everything okay? And it's like, yeah, it's okay. Because for a brief moment, I didn't have to think of anything. There was nothing to worry about. Nothing to have anxiety about. None that I needed doing right away. White noise. Because deep down, we are looking for the pure moment. A pure moment doesn't require us to do some kind of trade, engage in some kind of bullshit within the world. So when we're blank like that, we're overloaded with the possibility of so many thoughts that we don't go anywhere. We just zone out. We're so shocked that we are having a new idea at that moment. It fucks with our OS system. And I think that if men were granted more silence, we would achieve more things. Think about it. Men know what I'm talking about. You'll be on the cusp of a new idea. Something really good's going on. You're like, wait a minute. Like, healthcare for all does make sense. Oh man, there is a rape culture in America. Oh my God, this country is falling apart. I really should have considered Hillary Clinton 4 years ago. And then just as you're about to reach some kind of peak fucking, epiphany about life. Oh my God, did you see what happened? Did you see what happened? This thing happened. Look at this thing that happened. I can't believe that happened. What happened? Oh my God, this girl I know, like, she was walking down the street and like she tripped and fell. Like, that's crazy, right? And I'm like, yeah, cool. And you try to go back to that thought, it's gone. It's gone. Because you were distracted. Because there was no silence in that moment. She took that silence away from you. She has no idea. She has no idea she's done it. You could have been curing all society's ills in that moment, but she had to yap. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, ladies, if you can, shut the fuck up. Like, just shut the fuck up. A little bit. Now, I would never tell my girlfriend shut the fuck up. I want to make that fucking clear right now. I would never tell her shut the fuck up. And I don't have to tell her shut the fuck up either. All right? Or I still wouldn't say it if I could. But I don't have to say it because we enjoy being silent together sometimes. We'll sometimes be watching a TV show in comfortable silence. And then something will pop in my head, a new idea. And who do I share it with? Her. Because she's the person next to me. Oh my God, this thing just came into my brain. I'm feeling things. I've had time to process trauma. It's scary because I was left in silence for a little bit. I can now be fixed. Or I can fix something. Can you help me? Competence and silence. If men can just give women the competence they deserved, then women could be fucking quiet for a few minutes so we can have some new thoughts. That's all I'm thinking. It keeps them quiet being competent. Be competent.